Parsis are an endangered species. Most of them now live here in crowded Bombay.
There are very few Parsis left. So marrying outside one's community was supposed to be wrong. It weakens the community.
Heavily outnumbered by Muslims, Christians, Hindus, they live in a city of many gods. The sun is probably the oldest god of all. Parsis and Hindus share an ancient symbol for it. But the Parsis cling to their own separate religious identity. In teeming 20th century Bombay, the Parsis still observe a simple reverence for God's good creations, cattle and plants, the earth, the sky, the water, the sun. These were the elements that controlled the lives of their ancestors eons ago in the steppes of Siberia. Long, dark, frozen winters, long, light, bountiful summers, precious cattle, vital fire. Over the centuries, these herdsmen, the Aryans, drifted south. Some took their many gods over the passes into India. They became the Hindus. Some of these Aryan people carried their fire to the land that now bears their name, Iran. To these ancient people, thousands of years before Christ, was born a man called Zoroaster, a man of the priestly class, the Magi. He turned aside the confusion of many gods. To Zoroaster was revealed that there is but one God, Ahura Mazda, Lord of all wisdom, goodness, truth, seen by man as fire and light. That we are part of his good creation, weapons in the battle against evil, the outer darkness, the shadows, the lie, Angre Manu.
The world is full of evil influences, like scientifically also, not just spiritually evil, but even physically evil, like diseases and etc. So we've got to take care of ourselves, because in our body, according to pelvis scriptures, is considered as a weapon with which the soul fights against the evil forces. So all the laws of purity helps one to look after one's body. And the Kushti ritual is also in a way a purificatory ritual.
The Kusti, the sacred thread, girds the loins of the warriors in their striving for truth. 3 reef knots daily remind them: good thoughts, good words, good deeds.
I've come down to Bombay to have Lila's confirmation on Navjo, to make her a Zoroastrian. And it's important to us that she is a Zoroastrian. We bring her up as a Zoroastrian, and then she decides for herself, when she's older, what she wants to do. It's down here that we can do it traditionally, with all the rituals and all the customs that go along with this very old ceremony.
Baname Kuda.
Baname Kuda.
Ye Gamcha. Hashem Cha.
We are made to go through a Naujat ceremony, and we are given certain explanations, and we are not allowed to question why, what, whatever. You know, and some kind of jazzy explanation is given to us which we don't really follow, whether it's the priest or whether it's your parents or whether it's your relatives, you know. I mean, they're giving you the same thing that was handed out to them. You know, so that's it. You don't understand a word. First of all, you are praying in a language absolutely alien. It could be Latin of Persia. You know what I mean?
The priests are the guardians of the ancient wisdom, preserved in ancient Persian tongues. The astrologers, the alchemists, the wise men. These are the direct descendants of the Magi, the magicians. The Sadra, the sacred vest, is the shield of the truth soldier against the onslaught of Angre Manyu, the evil one. The Sadra and the Kusti, the warrior should never be without them. The Parsis still have common roots with their Hindu neighbors. The fire is still sacred. Hindus have no Zoroaster to order their beliefs, but the priestly class is still invested with sacred thread. The ancient wisdom passes down. 700 years before Christ was born, a king called Cyrus united the tribes of Iran. As his mighty Persian Empire expanded westwards, he freed the Jewish slaves from wicked Babylon. The charitable Cyrus rebuilt the temple at Jerusalem. The Jews saw Cyrus as sent from God, and for the next 300 years they lived as loyal and grateful subjects of the Persian Empire. At the time Christ was born, Zoroastrianism was still a major religion. Only in the 7th century after Christ were Zoroastrian friars first threatened. The devastating and unstoppable rise of Islam in Arabia. Popular, priestless, and simple. This new religion undermined the old. Eventually, driven to the edge of their homeland, a small group sought astrological advice and took to boats. There are still a few Zoroastrians in southern Iran, but the Parsis, as they came to be known, brought their fire to the coast of Gujarat in India. Here, as legend has it, the kindly Hindu king invited them to stay and build their fire temples. But there were conditions. Speak like us, dress like us, keep your religion to yourselves, and marry after sunset. 1,000 years on, this Parsi groom is driving into the sunset on his way to marry his Parsi bride. As in the Navjot, ritual purity is required. Cattle had provided a natural antiseptic in the days of the Siberian steppes. They still use it.